And this is available 24/7, as well as it's reducing our impact of water bottles right now. So it's an excellent, sustainable, and wise way to stay hydrated.
The annual hydration campaign literally is a matter of life and death. The way the folks of Mesa have responded to this call to action in the past. Today we're celebrating Walmart delivering 18 pallets of water. That's a great start to achieving our goal of 400,000 bottles.
It's a great goal. 400,000 bottles can go a long way to serve the need. It's not hot today, but it's going to get hot. It's just around the corner, and that heat really has a dramatic effect on people who are exposed and vulnerable.
This is a compassionate community. We need to rise to the challenge. The next time you're in the grocery store, grab an extra pallet of water. Drop it off at one of the several locations to donate.
The city of Mesa is installing the water refill station, so if you would like to donate to the campaign, just go to mesaaz.gov and type in hydration donation, and it'll bring you to a page where you have an option to donate for bottles, but also the water refill stations, so we can expand them in public areas for everybody, especially our most vulnerable populations.
Want to figure out how much water you should use? It's easy with the new Know Your H2O water calculator. Step 1. Tell us a little about your household and property. Step 2. The calculator will estimate how much water you need and show you where your water is going. Step 3. Use the recommended resources, tools, and tips to help you use water wisely and save money. Start saving water today.
Problems. The ones most people don't have the stomach for. The ones nobody talks about at cocktail parties. We go looking for them. In unforgiving neighborhoods, in struggling communities, and in seemingly docile suburbs. No matter the obstacles, no matter the odds, we surround the community's most critical problems, and we fight. Mesa United Way fights for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in this community. Because change doesn't happen alone. Hope isn't a one-man band, and there is no such thing as self-taught or self-made. We have one life to live better. We must live united.
Construction to widen the Loop 101 between Baseline and the Loop 202 Santan is underway. Closures are scheduled mostly during overnight hours and on weekends. Construction is scheduled to be completed in late spring of 2020. Minimize delays by subscribing to ADOT traffic alerts. Just go to azdot.gov/price freeway improvements, click on subscribe for updates, and enter your email address. That's it. You'll begin receiving alerts in your inbox. Stay informed with www.az511.gov.
For years, Mesa Parks Recreation and Community Facilities has worked hard to provide spaces and places for people of all ages, of all abilities, regardless of where they may be on the autism spectrum, the opportunity to play and recreate. To have the opportunity to become the first Parks and Recreation Department that's autism certified in the entire country, leading to the entire city becoming autism certified, is truly innovative and something we're excited to be a part of and proud to be a leader across the country in this arena.
I like playing in the city of Mesa because their rules are not as harsh as other leagues would be. They're just overall fun. I like when we scrimmage against our own team because we get to learn what our team's capable of, and we get to have a lot of fun doing that.
These 20 miles of light rail will move us from the East Valley to the West Valley, connecting people, campuses, and communities. And those 20 miles are serving as a new economic engine, a quiet, non-polluting economic engine, igniting investment and development that will be felt across the valley and throughout the state.
The light rail and First and Students Baptist Church have become great partners. One, in being good stewards of God's creation, but also enabling us to use it to reach people all over this valley. And it has brought new life and diversity to this community.
I prefer not to drive my car just because just sustainability and just environmentally friendly. I prefer to take the light rail when I can. I think it's very convenient. More people are going to move here. The freeways aren't going to get less crowded. They're just going to get more crowded. So you might as well start doing it now.
I've been dreaming about first place for more than 20 years. It was 25 years ago that our son, Matthew, was diagnosed with autism. And at that time, we were told to love, accept, and plan to institutionalize him. And I went to some of those places that adults with autism and other special needs lived. And I ran away as fast as I possibly could. The most important criteria for our location and all locations is access to transportation. How do you get to that big world and that big life outside of the home where you live? And so our specific location here at 3rd Street in Catalina was because of the light rail and access to public transit.
Housing partners and apartments for staff and students and faculty can all be along the light rail. So it gives us a backbone to build and conceptualize around. My hope is that light rail, as it moves forward, becomes continues to weave around and connect different communities, that it becomes linked with other modal forms of transportation, that there are on-demand driver services or autonomous vehicle services that are then connected to light rail. You know, you could in theory get off at a light rail station and then there might be an autonomous vehicle to take you somewhere else. All of those things then allow from that backbone, you know, a very significant transportation infrastructure to be expanded, deployed, modernized, all those things.
Congratulations, happy birthday, light rail.
Congratulations to the light rail for your 10th anniversary.
Congratulations, Valley Metro Rail, for the last 10 years.
Light rail, 10 years old, I mean, man, you're almost getting ready to go to middle school.
We'll be celebrating 50 years from now.
The Arizona Department of Revenue has located to the City of Mesa Customer Service Center at 55 North Center Street. Business owners can now stop by to pay their taxes, apply for new licenses, and have general transaction privilege tax questions answered. Hours of operation are from Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Friday from 8 a.m. to noon. Stop by and visit us at 55 North Center Street in downtown Mesa, or online at aztaxes.gov.
Hi, my name is Samantha Schneider, and I'm a student here at Canyon State Aero. I knew that I wanted to be a pilot, but sitting here 17 saying, yeah, I'm about to become a helicopter pilot, it's kind of crazy if you really think about it. So I did a lot of research into surrounding flight schools and specifically helicopter flight training. What really set them apart was the fact that they're very flexible, they're very open, with just coming in and talking, pretty much very honest about what the actual costs of flight training would actually be and everything. So currently I'm just at the tail end of stage 2, so I had my stage 2 check, and I'm about to move into stage 3, which is preparing myself for the check ride, which is the test that determines if I can become a pilot or not. The instructors are all great. I've worked with multiple instructors. All of them have been very, very excellent, if that's a way to describe them. They move at your pace, which is very nice. They go over concepts that maybe if you're struggling understanding, they go more in depth and they explain it multiple different ways to get you to understand. They're all about preparing you for real life flying. It's kind of difficult to balance all of it at once. I have school, I'm in high school still right now. I'm in band, marching band. I have my police cadets on top of that. So it's busy, so trying to transition and focus on this a lot as pretty much a second schooling or additional schooling on top of all that. When you do your first solo as a student, then you're just all by yourself, and it's almost like a sensation of, wow, you just accomplished a machine that's probably not supposed to be able to fly. You're actually controlling it and flying it, and it's an incredible experience. The ultimate goal is to fly Apaches. That's what I want to fly, definitely. I don't want to say it's 2,000 flying. I would have told you whatever and turned away. And I honestly believe that. So I would say don't be intimidated. Definitely think big and dream big, and there's nothing that holds you back but yourself.
Looking for an exciting career? Come join our team.
We want Mesa to be the community in the country, but we can't do it without your help.
Arriving on scene out front. Go ahead and call for spot.
Hey there, can you tell me why the cops are here?
We have officers responding to an incident in the area. The officer will contact you when they are clear.
Oh, thanks, I see him.
We'll train you on how to become an officer.
It's not just about fighting crime. We know when to have fun, too. Catch. Bring it in.
In fact, there are a lot of things to join about our community.
Are you ready? We're looking for all positions, professional staff and sworn. Apply today.
Untrimmed landscaping is inconvenient and a hazard for you and large service vehicles. Overgrown trees make it difficult for city vehicles to get their job done. All vegetation near a roadway should be trimmed back to 14 feet over a street and 8 feet over sidewalks. Please help keep our roadways clear by trimming all trees and shrubs. For more information, please call 480-644-2160.
We're not the traditional startup, have to get immediate growth. We've been in business for 28 years. So we've built these mini models where we could really use the support in this growth period, and that's what LaunchPoint can provide us. The opportunity for LaunchPoint came up, we jumped right on it because you can immediately get plugged into kind of a community and a support system that will help us with what we're trying to do here. We are a relationship company. Even though we focus in technology, I say we're heavier on the relationship side with our clients. The partnerships we build, so that's a strength of ours. In the Mesa area, coming over to Arizona with our partner here, we realized that there was just so much potential out here. JC always talked about the amazing place that this was and how much potential and underserved some clients were. So really rich with opportunity for us to get our roots down here from there. I would love to fill that space within the next couple of years. So the rate is totally dependent on our ability to get traction, but my goal is walking into that office. It's a great office, but I want all the spots filled. So, and I don't see there's any reason that we can't do that.
When I'm planning our family vacation adventures, I try to think of everything, including making sure everyone is going to be happy while we're on the road. So before we pack up the first suitcase, I make a trip to our local public library. We all love a good audiobook, and they have books and movies for the kids. That helps keep our car time smooth. Plus, we like to learn about what we plan to do, so we can get the most out of our adventure. The library gives us everything we need to make that happen.
The City of Mesa is conducting a feasibility study to divert food waste from landfills and turn it into a renewable source of energy.
This opportunity presented itself because of the unique nature of the City of Mesa. The City of Mesa owns a solid waste utility, a wastewater utility, and a natural gas utility. And because of that, that gives us opportunities to do this project under the one umbrella of the City of Mesa.
The city has been collecting food waste from several local partners, including businesses, schools, and nonprofits. Collected food waste is brought to the Household Hazardous Materials Facility, where it is sorted and processed into a bioslurry.
What we would call the Household Hazardous Materials Facility is a bioslurry. That bioslurry would then be trucked to the Northwest Water Reclamation Plant and would be fed in on a continuous basis into the digesters. The digesters are those two large dome buildings that you see at the 101 and the 202 where the Northwest plant is located. It'll break down that organic material that's in the digesters, and one of the byproducts of that is biogas. What we would do is take that biogas, clean it to natural gas pipeline standards. As long as it meets those standards for pipeline quality natural gas, we can inject it into our natural gas utility, and then it's the same as any natural gas that you would be getting from the natural gas utility.
The city has also partnered with Arizona State University on this project. Food waste samples are collected and tested.
To a landfill, you would prevent it from going to the landfill, so you extend the life of the landfill. And in addition to that, by putting it into the anaerobic digesters, you create natural gas, renewable natural gas. So this is gas that you'd be able to continue to produce over a period of time. The City of Mesa's solid waste trucks are currently fueled with natural gas, so we would be able to then show its usage in the trucks, and so the same truck that picked up the material would be fueled with the that it picked up. The City of Mesa does a great job in trying to look forward into the future. We have an understanding that our resources are limited and that we need to treat them with care going forward. And so any opportunity we have to have renewable resources as opposed to non-renewable, we're going to try and take those opportunities. And the thing with the City of Mesa is we're going to look at it from multiple standpoints, both technical, financial, and the environmental benefits that come with them.
The feasibility study will be completed in September of 2019. For more information about this project, visit mesarecycles.org.
Mesa Forensic Services Firearms Unit. This is an overview of what this unit can do. Function testing. Does the gun work as designed? Bullet cartridge case examinations using a comparative microscope. Did they come from the same gun? Serial number restoration. Is a serial number obliterated? We may be able to get that back. Distance determination. How far was the muzzle of the gun from the target when it was fired? Preliminary entry of fired casings for possible leads to other scenes. Tool marks. Scratches or cuts made on one object by another object. Function testing. This evaluation determines if a firearm functions in a safe and normal manner. This is an in-depth examination and will include such things as trigger pull, safety function, mechanical issues, etc. Bullet cartridge case examinations. Components collected from shooting scenes such as fired cartridge cases and fired bullets can be compared to each other and to collected firearms to determine a common source. Answering the question, were these bullets or cases fired from this gun? Or were these bullets or cases fired from one gun or multiple guns? Serial number restoration. The unit has a number of tools and methods for restoring serial numbers. Distance determination. We have the physical and chemical means to determine how far away the muzzle of a firearm was from the target. It is also possible to use a shotgun spread pattern to determine distance in situations where a shotgun was used. Nibin test fire and Nibin entry. This is a screening tool in which fired cartridge cases
makes a good bread. The fermentation, I would also say a really nice crust, and I would say a really beautiful, soft, and somewhat moist inside. What doesn't make a good bread is speed. Proof started in 2014, and for the majority of its time, it's been a cottage bakery. Amanda and I actually bought Proof from another Mesa resident, Jared Allen. Well, we were on a trip to Poland years ago, and we discovered, or I should say rediscovered, really nice bread. We came back feeling like we needed to find similar bread here to eat. We stumbled upon Proof after this trip to Poland, and we were loyal customers. It was a Friday night. The first thing we wanted to do was go to the market the next day and buy our bread. So we showed up. The lady knew me because I shopped there every single week. So she handed that she had set aside, knowing that Amanda and I would come for it. And she said, "He's moving." And I was sort of immediately shocked by this. And "What do you mean he's moving?" And she explained to me that the bakery was going to shut down within a few weeks and that Jared was moving out of state. So that was Saturday. By the following Wednesday, I was up at 3:30 in the morning and driving towards another Mesa garage near downtown. I showed up at 4 and I was learning how to make bread for the first time. We have two main market days, Wednesdays and Saturdays. On Wednesdays, you can find us in Gilbert and Agritopia in the evenings. And on Saturdays, you can find us walking around the market, like our green olive sticks, if you like salty snacks. We use Queen Creek olive mill olives in those. We have other small items. We're very well known for our croissants. Our pain au chocolat, which is our sort of chocolate croissant. We use a local craft chocolate made in Chandler by another artisan, much like ourselves, working in a cottage format. It's a beautiful item, along with our almond croissant and our standard sourdough croissant. We make these seasonal danishes every week. Then going into our breads, a full line of sourdough breads, everything from standard sourdough, which comes in a variety of sizes, small or large. We do English muffins, that are sourdough English muffins. As you experience our breads more, there's multi-grain and fruit and nut and all kinds of other options. We're just now starting to dabble with sourdough rise, which would be on the heartiest end of the breads that we're making. I believe that we are sort of returning to a place that we know where our food comes from and we know who produces our food. And I think that we as humans deserve that. We deserve the community that is spurred on because of that. So I get excited about making better and better products so that on Saturday I can see my regulars and tell them about it. We have the same people coming back for our bread week after week after week. And fortunately, new people try our product and then they become our regulars later. And so the market time sort of fuels the time in here to continually refine and work on improving. We're able to sort of grow in a way that's sustainable for the business and help build a business that will hopefully be around for decades to come.
So we're here today at Mesa Swap Shop, which is located in the City of Mesa Household Hazardous Materials Facility. What's really cool about this swap shop is it helps promote the concept of reuse and can save money. So why don't we go on inside and check out what they have. And the concept is pretty simple. Basically, when residents bring in stuff that they no longer need, but it's still in usable condition, we actually make it available here at the swap shop at no charge to our Mesa residents. So pretty much, if you come visit the swap shop, it's a self-service concept where basically you come in and you feel free to browse the shelves, and the inventory changes daily, so you never know exactly what you might find. We've got these large 5-gallon buckets of paint. They're in different colors. Tan tends to be the most common and popular color that we have available. It's on a daily basis, the inventory changes, so you can just buy, and we've got them in 5-gallon containers. So once you've picked out the items that you want to go ahead and take with you, all you need to do is just come over here, and we've got a simple waiver form that we just ask you to fill out. And once that form is completed, you just go ahead and drop it in this box right here, and you're on your way. For more recycling information, visit mesarecycles.org.
Hi, I'm Lori, and I'm a mentor with the Mesa K Ready program. Our program helps you get your 4-year-old kindergarten ready. We look forward to working with you. We have lots of different resources to assist you, from use of a tablet with interactive educational games to open labs where your child can work on their skills necessary to start kindergarten. We look forward to working with you and your whole family in this next step in your education process.
To celebrate the accomplishment that Jefferson Elementary students did by building a tree made out of recycled bottles. Every year, the City of Mesa likes to put together an Earth Day themed challenge. We've encouraged students to learn about an environmental topic, and then we ask them to translate what they've learned into an art themed project.
It's a beautiful, colorful tree made out of water bottles, cardboard, paper towel holders, toilet paper rolls. All kinder through 6th grade students were involved. Our biggest group that was involved was our Jefferson Girl Scouts. We have our own troop here, and so they entered the contest of City of Mesa Recycle Sustainability, and they won. They won the People's Choice and the Judge's Choice, so we won $1,000 in celebrating our winnings. The city is here today to plant a beautiful tree in our courtyard. One of the things that we had already pre-purchased was the kids did kindness rocks, and so we used some of the money already for the kids to do all of the kindness rocks and decorate our courtyards.
What we hope that the students walk away with today is a constant reminder of taking care of the planet, and one of the prizes that we awarded this year to Jefferson was a tree. So we actually had a tree planting ceremony. So even beyond, once this presentation's over today, hopefully when they walk by the tree, it'll always serve a reminder of the great job that they did.
My mother used to say a long time ago, whenever there would be any catastrophe that was on the air, she would say, always look for the helpers. Because if you look for the helpers, you'll know that there's hope.
customers wanting to try new sports. Focuses on enjoyment and balance in sports. The goals are learning new skills, gaining self-confidence, and building a lifelong love of physical activity.
Have you ever thought about how much money it takes to operate a city the size of Mesa? Do you ever wonder where the money comes from? In order to pay for all of the services the City of Mesa provides to its residents and business owners, we collect revenue dollars from several different sources. Your hard-earned dollars help the city pay for services every time you make a purchase in the City of Mesa and pay city sales tax, purchase utility services, water, sewer, electric, gas, and trash, own a home and pay a secondary property tax, or cast your vote to authorize the sale of municipal bonds to pay for improvement projects. But that's not all. In addition to the money you pay through taxes and utilities, the city benefits from other revenue sources, such as state shared revenues, where the state pays the city a percentage of state income tax, state sales tax, and vehicle license tax revenues based on population size. The transient occupancy tax, which is charged to every hotel room within the City of Mesa, and other intergovernmental revenues like grants.
With all of the different sources of revenue, how much money does the city have to spend annually?
The City of Mesa's current operating budget is $1.82 billion.
So where does the money go?
The city's operating dollars are divided into different funds, such as police and fire, park operations and maintenance, and libraries. The Enterprise Fund supports and maintains utility services like safe drinking water, reliable electric service, safe delivery of natural gas, trash and recyclable pickup service, public facilities such as golf courses, Hohokam Stadium, and the Cubs Spring Training Facility. The Restricted Fund is used for a specific purpose that is defined by federal, state, and local governments. This fund helps to support arts and culture, Falcon Field, and cemetery services. Bond funds. The city uses bond money to pay for items that provide long-term services to our citizens, such as fire stations and water treatment plants. Grant fund money allows the city to fund projects, programs, and the acquisition of new equipment that would not otherwise be funded from other city revenues. City response equipment, state-of-the-art police systems, and housing assistance are just a few of the programs and services paid for by grants. Trust funds. The City of Mesa uses trust funds to provide funding for services such as public property liability. So there you have it. Now you know where your tax dollars are being spent. If you want more detailed information, look online at mesaaz.gov/budget.
Very excited to see Times microwave systems expand in Mesa. This is now a 60,000 plus square foot facility, hundreds of jobs. These are high-tech jobs inside of airplanes and a lot of defense contractor work. So this is a perfect location for them.
It started 25 years ago by hiring some key individuals that were located in the area that we brought on. It's since taken on a life of its own here of establishing an operation and now completing a significant expansion. What we see about Arizona is we've got close proximity to these businesses to
During my time with the City of Mesa, the positive coaching program has really led us to have good practices and great games. And the kids respect each other, the kids have a great time, and the coaches know how to lead the kids and have a good time and have a positive experience.
After my first season, I got hooked.
As the sport evolves, so do the kids, and I really from first practice to last game kind of grow.
It's fun to watch them learn and grow from what you're teaching and just watch their progress. The culture and environment at the games are awesome. Everyone's very positive and cheering each other on.
It creates for a real good environment because we rather know that we're here for the kids.
Being a coach in City of Mesa is an incredible opportunity because not only do they offer us top-of-the-line practice facilities,
they provide training for the refs, training for the coach.
To give us all the resources we need and at any time to call and to talk with them if we're struggling with a parent, if we're struggling with an idea.
That helps me become a better coach, hopefully teach these kids the game the right way.
those kids, maybe 20 years from now, they're going to come back and coach. They're going to be positive influences in the community, and the wins really didn't matter. It's being positive and providing them structure as they pick a lifetime sport.
You wouldn't treat your home like this. But when you throw junk out of your car, that's exactly what you're doing. Arizona is our home. Love it. Don't trash it. Learn what you
realize you bought way too much, and that value that you were expecting may no longer exist, and now you have a lot of leftover material. That's where the concept of right buying comes in. Basically, that means buying just the right amount of product that you need for your project. This is especially important when it comes to household hazardous materials such as paint, pesticides, tile grout, and any other hazardous items you may find in your home. By buying just the right amount of product that you need, you don't have to worry about what to do with any leftover material. It's good for the planet and for your wallet. For more information about right buying, visit mesarecycles.org.
I grew up in Mesa, and I learned to swim at Roundeville Pool. When I first walked into the tunnel, I noticed that as you walk down the ramp, it gets cooler. And so it kind of triggered the thought in me that it could be like a swimming pool. On one end of the tunnel, you come in from this very manicured, beautiful urban park area, and at the other side, you go out into sort of a wild area, the Rio Salado area. I want people to sort of take away the contrast between those two things. When it's public art, my art always involves the site and the area and the people that live or work around the area. So in this particular piece, I was able to use some of the birds and some of the foliage that grows around the area. And I hope people in all of my work take away the idea that we do live in an area where we have beautiful nature, different kinds all around us. To do something in Mesa where I grew up, and also to do something with paint in an exterior situation, which is something that I hadn't done in public art yet. That it has the protection in the tunnel from sun. Also that it has sort of a surrounding effect. It can be on both sides of you, and for me that was unusual. But also, I like that it's part of a transit situation, so it involves pedestrians, bicyclists, skateboarders. The design process probably took about, I would say, 2 weeks as I worked on it on the computer and came to the site to look at the site and try to figure it out. But the painting and the tile work has taken about 2 months. Just the idea that nature's all around us, and that it's an important part of what makes it a good place to live.
potato barn originated in 2002, and it was in an old potato barn. Unlike we're being accused of copying other similar sounding stores, but we started in a potato barn, and it was just an old abandoned building that we fixed up, had some fun with.
You know, as a general rule, I'm not famous for being a big shopper, but this potato barn outlet here, just north of Gateway Airport, is really amazing. This is 100,000 square feet of really super cool furniture.
Well, you know, the Gateway area is probably one of the fastest growing areas in all of Mesa. And to have a potato barn come in with such a large investment like they did here says a lot about Mesa and about District 6 and what they're wanting to do here. So I'm glad that they chose Mesa to bring their facility and to consolidate their other stores and so forth and consolidate right here in Mesa.
Super easy to find. And it's huge, and I mean, I can't imagine people coming here and not finding just what they're looking for, because it's the inventory is amazing.
I just love being here. I'm grateful. This is such an experience. Yeah, no, thank you very much. It's been a real pleasure. Love it.
Before heading out for some fun at one of Mesa's many playgrounds, remember these 5 simple tips to play it safe. Remain within sight and sound of your children playing. Choose a playground. Be mindful of weather conditions, as equipment may be slippery from the rain or hot from the sun. Plus, don't forget the sunscreen. Always play during park hours. While playing, wear appropriate footwear. The City of Mesa offers a wide variety of parks and playgrounds for all ages and abilities. Have fun and play it safe.
So you look at the fires 30 or 40 years ago, and it used to be 20 minutes from the time the fire started to the time you needed to exit your house. Now they're saying with the modern furnishings that it's about 4 minutes. The biggest danger of a house fire is going to be the smoke from the fire. And when you look at today's furniture, it's pretty much all made from plastics. And that smoke will contain toluene, hydrogen cyanide, and different poisons.
We've noticed the changes in our careers to where it's very important that homeowners prepare ahead of time for when the worst thing that could happen. Because these fires, they ignite quicker and they get hotter faster.
Number one is going to be prevention before an escape plan. So no unattended cooking fires, no careless disposal of smoking objects like cigarettes, candles, stuff like that. No overloading electrical outlets, making sure they have smoke detectors in place that are checked monthly with the batteries replaced annually.
And you need to work with your family and your loved ones to have a plan. If that worst case scenario happens where you have a fire in your house, what are you going to do? It's very important to be prepared ahead of time, to know how you're going to get out of the house, know how to check the door, see if it's hot, crawl out, because the lower you are, the cleaner the smoke rises. So you want to stay as low as possible, and then you want to get outside of the house and go to a meeting place so you know where everybody's going to be, and once you're out, you stay out, and then you call 911.
To protect your personal belongings, we recommend that you store passports, birth certificates, put them in a plastic Ziploc bag, and then put them in a fireproof safe. It's a tedious process, but there are online resources. You can do your own homework. You can check with your insurance company, because just like we see here, things are not going to always survive a fire, and so you can only cover so many bases.
So we're very excited. This is our space in the country, and of course we have to celebrate it and recognize this efforts and our community coming together to support our arts.
The integration of the live and work spaces are critical. There's really a sense of community among the residents themselves. There's 48 children here, which is very important for not only the future of Mesa, but the values that we hold dear in Mesa and being a family-oriented city.
Being in a hive mind was really exciting to me, being around other artists, because artists feed the soul, and you require being around other creatives to stay creative. It challenges you, it pushes you, you get introduced to different things that push you to a new level. That's what intrigued me, is being pushed to be the best I can be.
ArtSpace has grown over the years from 1 building in Minnesota to 50 across the country. In fact, Mesa ArtSpace is our 50th and our first project in the state of Arizona. And I'm thrilled every time we open a new building in a new city. The architecture of this campus is just outright stunning and unique. And the artist residents have made a community here, and they are the reason why we do this work. So let's celebrate the completion of this grand space, but let's also celebrate what is and what will be the heart of the project, the community of artists and creators who have and will continue to create vibrancy here in Mesa. Thank you all so much.
My name is Reyes Padilla, and I'm a visual artist. So my work is based on synesthesia, which means I can see sound. So my painting is a direct reflection of what I'm listening to in the moment. I've painted pretty much every type of music. This is all jazz. These are pretty simple representations, almost like cave painting forms of what I'm seeing, just because it's so much all at once that I can only capture, you know, a gesture in the moment. I have done a few permanent murals, one in Pittsburgh and a couple in Albuquerque. And I just keep hoping to get larger and larger as time goes on. I generally paint black and white because I'm a little bit colorblind and it's easier to differentiate from those two. I do bring some color in once in a while, and those tend to be pretty loud colors that I can see easily. Well, I want people to come into the room and feel something, whether it's chaos or have a musical vibe to it, and stepping into a room with that kind of painting on the walls, and you can't get away from it. So I'd like people to just get any feeling from it.
My name is Jill Martin, and I am a consultant for small businesses. I applied with the city, and then I was assigned to the Parks and Recs board. Parks and Recs just meets every other month. My term is like 2 years, and then you can get reappointed. Being on the Parks and Recs, I mean, it's kind of cool to see how hard staff works to make sure that low-income seniors, children that have intellectual disabilities, children that have physical disabilities, being able to find an opportunity to recreate in Mesa. And I think that that's why you want to be on a board, because the staff and the council and everyone really does care. What are people saying? And what is it that we can do to make it a better place to live? You really do have a voice.
One in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your boss, your boss's boss, you, your barber, your barber's barber.
Nice work. Thanks.
Or you, your co-pilot, your co-pilot's co-pilot. With early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
The name is Sus is Hazel's Coyote Tyrant.
So the significance of this is that it comes from a period where there are very few fossils, and it is a demonstrated tyrannosaur. You need a repository if you're taking specimens off federal land. We agreed to be the repository, and so we've had a very nice association ever since, resulting in the culmination of this publication today of an explanation of the significance of this animal.
It's an honor and a pleasure to get something we've been working on for so long. What we're very proud of is the people we've been able to work with. This truly was a team effort. That's what really brought it all together, was a number of different perspectives all working together.
This dinosaur is a culmination of several techniques that we've been working as an exhibition staff to perfect, between the hair work as well as the sculpting and the welding.
We're lucky to have paleo artist of that caliber to be able to make things like this to share with the general public.
I was glad the museum allowed me to do something like this to help present this animal to the public in a not necessarily more interesting, but in a more visually interesting way.
Mountain bikers having a great morning coming up the Haas Trail. This is very popular. Mesa is one of the best places in the country.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going? You're famous now. Hi, this is what I do in the mornings to not go crazy and to get a little exercise in. Here we go. You can see, very popular place to be if you're exercising this morning. Morning! And I'm anxious for people in Mesa to take advantage of all the really cool stuff that goes on in Mesa. So we're going to start this hashtag, Why I Live in Mesa. For example, the great bike trails, bike lanes that we have in the city. This whole mountain coming back up is what bikers refer to as King Kong, because it is one big monster. Here's my almost vintage bike right now. I'm thinking about trading in my my tri-bike for a mountain bike. Tell me what I need if I were to switch to a mountain bike, so that I can, instead of riding this, I can ride that. My latest piece of equipment, and I love them, are these Beats wireless ear. You need these. If you guys are going to the gym, you see everybody walking around with these. They're great because they're wireless. And I'll put up my playlist for your enjoyment or criticism. So, hashtag, this is why I live in Mesa, Arizona.
Mesa is committed in providing new ways for safe, reliable natural gas to our utility customers. One safety feature you can request is an excess flow valve. It's a mechanical safety device designed to automatically close and restrict the flow of natural gas if the service line breaks or is severely damaged. Stopping the flow of gas from a broken service line significantly reduces the risk for personal injury and property damage. For more information, including installation costs, visit mesaaz.gov/energy.
So, are you ready?
Wait, let's back up a minute. Not that far. Back to a time when the city wanted to grow social media. Ideas. So I thought, let's start a vlog. But not everybody knew what that was.
What is a blog?
Basically, we would make videos, put them on YouTube, and ask for suggestions. It was that simple. Or was it? The beginning was a little rough. But we kept at it. People started watching. Kids started watching.
I'm on the vlog, guys.
And then people started suggesting ideas. So we did them. And the crazy thing is, our numbers started growing. They started growing because it's loose. It's raw. It's real.
And now we're going to dump it on 4. Ready? 4. Rendezvous Day. We're very excited to welcome these folks to the 60 and Chrisman here in East Mesa. This is going to be a very impressive campus of buildings that's going to allow people to age in place at this location. Quality, very high-end development, multi-level, beautiful buildings, but it's a collection of a nursing school and hotels and restaurants.
We're doing it all at once because there's three-story underground parking garages. So we have to go down before we go up. So it's going to take a year to go down, and then before you see the crane hits and everything, it'll be in year 2, and then that'll take 2 more years. So it's 3 years altogether.
This was a great example of the City of Mesa working with a developer that was serious about bringing a quality development. And feedback we're getting from the developers here is that they were somewhat shocked at how well things went in the development process.
Never worked with a city like this before, 40 years in the industry, and Mesa is by far heads and above any other organization.
Concept for assisted living, for aging in place, for having a lot of amenities that come together so that folks can come here and transition from one facility to another. So the more I hear about this place, the more proud I am that we have it here in Mesa.
So what we're doing with Steak and Stone is we are doing a dinner flight kind of combo.
Call it date night, but this is like a date night on steroids.
We're planning on doing them around sunset, but we can also do them middle of the day. We can do night tours, and then they go and eat the wonderful food at Steak and Stone afterwards.
The desert's more alive than most people realize. So you go for this ride and you basically get a synapse of what this desert was like before we got here. And then you come back, you land right on the runway in the airport. The restaurant is directly on the to your table and have a really great dining experience.
Jessica Sarkissian. I am a land planner. I work for the Planning Center in Tempe. I serve on the Planning and Zoning Board of the City of Mesa. The Planning and Zoning Board is awesome. Everybody gets along, staff is really great to work with. Everybody's really friendly, great opportunity to meet people in the development community, meet applicants, meet the citizens, residents. The time commitment is not too bad. I mean, I have a family with 4 kids right now. You just do your homework ahead of time. They send you everything online. The study sessions in the early morning before really work gets going. And then the hearing is the next day in the afternoon. And depending on how much is on the agenda, I sometimes even make it home in time to pick up the kids from daycare. I really like staying involved in the community, and it's kind of neat to know what's coming up before everybody else does. It's a good group to work with. Not too difficult, and you can make a big impact in the community.
This is a celebration. We're celebrating, of course, the end of construction, but we're also celebrating what has been left here now the construction is over. East Main Street looks beautiful, and so this is going to be a great economic development project. We're going to see a lot of investment come to this part of Main Street. Now light rail comes out to Gilbert Road. There's a lot of residential neighborhoods in and around this park and ride, so you're going to see a lot of people that in the past using transit didn't really cross their mind, but now they say, wow, that's really a viable option for me.
Gilbert Road has always been a destination because it really is a major thoroughfare in Mesa, and we always wanted to get here because we believe that it would really attract a whole new group of riders who find coming down Gilbert Road or coming into Gilbert Road to be especially convenient. So we're excited about the changes it'll make and that the impact it'll have on people's lives. Daily basis, we carry about 45,000 passengers, over 16 million a year, about 2.5 to 3 million riders in Mesa alone. So there's a lot of people who ride light rail on a daily basis, and we expect that number to go up with this Gilbert Road extension.
Right now, as a result of light rail, I think we can safely say there's over 1,200 housing units that are in different stages of construction or development along the light rail route. And in addition to things like ASU coming downtown, all of these things wouldn't have happened if not for the light rail.
It's easy. You can donate through your utility bill by simply rounding the to the next dollar. This can be a monthly donation through your bill, or you can always give a one-time donation, even if you don't live in Mesa. ABC provides shelter, meals, and other services to Mesa children and families in need. If you only give once, monthly, next time, please consider ABC a better community.
Drinking problem? Give it the help it needs with the Drab to Fab Backyard Rehab Series from Water Use It Wisely. This 10-part video series shows you how to turn any Arizona yard into a colorful, low-maintenance, water-smart xeriscape. From working with a landscape designer to selecting plants and trees to installation, irrigation, and more. Take your yard from thirsty to thriving with the Drab to Fab Backyard Rehab Series at wateruseitwisely.com.
Down, ready, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo!
Well, we're unveiling several water refill stations here in downtown Mesa, one here at the library, in front of the Mesa Arts Center, and at Pioneer Park.
Who are exposed and vulnerable.
This is a compassionate community. We need to rise to the challenge. The next time you're in the grocery store, grab an extra pallet of water. Drop it off at one of the several locations to donate.
The City of Mesa is installing the water refill station, so if you would like to donate to the campaign, just go to mesaaz.gov and type in hydration donation, and it'll bring you to a page where you have an option to donate for bottles, but also the water refill stations, so we can expand them in public areas for everybody, especially our most vulnerable populations.
We all want the products we use every day to be safer for our families, pets, and the environment. The Safer Choice label can help you find cleaning and other household products that are made with ingredients safer for people and the environment. Ingredients in products that qualify to carry the label have been reviewed by the EPA for safety and performance. So look for the label. It's a safer choice.
Hi, I'm Kevin.
I'm here to introduce you to Dimes. Well, not those dimes. Digital innovation for Mesa's electronic services. Here at the City of Mesa, we are constantly evaluating ways to improve our productivity and efficiency in the land development and permitting process. A major effort has been underway to migrate our existing system to an online, cloud-based application. This new system will eliminate paper plans like these, such as planning, permitting, licensing, code enforcement, and customer service. We've put together a collection of short videos to help you become more familiar with the new system.